Oh, there we go. Well, we welcome you back to the JSBL. Danny Zersky, Alec Krauthammer with you. Here's Morris spinning inside. Up and a three is no good for. Here's a play inside. Shot no good, foul. After a shot by someone who was not put on the sheet. Great job, stat guys.
No, that's Jeremy Rosa.
Well, no, there's Rosa and then there's 12. I'm assuming 12's Alexander.
Yes. Rosa is 21 listed here.
We're back to a roaring start. Moran takes the foul. Rosa missed them both. Moran gets it back. Here's Kyle Cardacci. Mid-range is good for Kyle Cardacci. And gets the scoring started. Here's Cohen. 42 and 20 last night. Drives, flips one up, no good. He gets his miss and was blocked by Moran. His third time, not even close, and the RKE will run. Here's pass, Gillette open, look for three, up and good. 5-0 start for RKE. You might have called the 8-0 run in the start, and that one blocked by Moran. Here's MP. It's actually Peter Gorman. Gillette open, look for three. That one too strong. Rose to the rebound. No Justin Robinson at the moment. Could be a light night for Seaview. Here's CJ Ruoff. Comes around a screen from Cohen. Cohen, mid-range, fake shot is up and good. Just the wide bag that Cohen has is exploiting the defense. Driving in, shot is no good from Masung. Here's Ruoff to tie it, he got it. And we're tied at 5.
Yeah, again, CJ Ruoff, one of those play finishers, really good at just spotting up from the outside. If you give him too much room, he'll knock that down at a high clip.
Gorman misses, and you're right about Ruoff. He's been one of the more improved players for the Seaview Jeep team. He has it here. Finds Rosa, who spins inside and was stripped of the ball by Masung. Masung on a break. Only Hall can stop him, and he couldn't. Masung gives RK the lead. And we have a timeout. And once again, what is going on with the stat guys? And we're good.
I think the question for Seaview Jeep right now without Justin Robinson, who's going to be that lead guard type of guy? I mean, you know, you have Alexander and Rosa as the two guards. I mean, Cohen can also kind of be a point forward or a point center, but who's going to be that primary ball handler? They got to bring the ball up and control the offense every possession.
And it's funny because RKE is usually the team that's looking for a point guard. They actually have one tonight in Gorman and Cardacci. It could take some of the workload off his shoulders as Alexander has it here. I'm assuming we will see Justin Robinson in this gym at some point as Alexander, that high arcing three is no good, a shot clock violation. RK, good defense.
Yeah, I don't know if Seaview Jeep realized the shot clock was running down. It was at 4, and there really wasn't much going on in that possession.
Not at all. Here's Cardacci. Step back, triple, pure. Cardacci can do that, and if he gets going, RK could have a good chance in this game. Here's Ruoff. Rosa. Long pass over everyone. Almost took out a fan. That was a violent pass by Rosa. It was right at a fan's head, but the fan was able to duck out of the way. Here's Cardacci. Kavanaugh sets to check in. Cardacci to the rim is good. He's percolating early, and it's 12-5. Cohen, hacked, whacked, no call, of course. He drives, puts one up, and it's good. I mean, how many times are you going to hit him before they call a foul? It's set 12-7.
Well, I'm surprised they haven't got any of the RKE defenders for losing the verticality. You can see they're defending, bringing the arms down. Usually you get whistled for one of those.
Here's Rosa comes away with the steal, and then Masung said, let me take that, and he'll lay it up and in. And you're right. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, we know how the refereeing is, but there's 3 referees right now, and none of them called that. Alexander, that high arcing 3, no good. Rebounded by Cardacy. He'll push. Cardacy to the corner. Peter Gorman, oh, beautiful feed. Cardacy, Masung wanted it, extra pass, open look, and he missed. Here's Cardacy. Pull up. Got the friendly touch, and it's 16-7. Seaview struggling to have any kind of offensive consistency or ball movement. Here's Cohen, step back is good. He can do that, but they need Robinson. Here's Masung, gets to his spot, pull up is no good. Rosa tipped the rebound to Cohen. Cohen, Alexander in the corner, and that one deflected out of bounds with 5:09 to play in the quarter.
I think Seaview's best offense right now is playing through Josh Cohen, letting him bring the ball up at times, but then make sure he can get a good matchup in the low block, on the low post. As I guess this is the media timeout, 9 seconds ahead of time. But yeah, I think that's their best chance to offense right now because no Shaq Scott or Nick Davidson on the floor right now for RKE. I mean, those are 2 of the main guys you trust to guard the centers. Dane Moran is a solid defender in his own right, but Cohen obviously has the size advantage, especially when you have Hall out on the floor as well. But I think they're going to have to play through Josh Cohen for a lot of this game, at least until you can get some of your reinforcements here.
Exactly. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back in 30 seconds on the JSPL Network. We welcome you back. Dan Uzerski, Alec Crowth, Hamilton 16-9, the score. It'll be Emmett Hall to inbound as Colin Cavanaugh is checked in. Here's Cohen, stripped of the ball by Masung, and he'll take it up the baseline. To the corner, Cardacy, pull up 3, no, rebound tipped. Moran missed his first one, blocked by Hall in the second, has it back for a third, out to Gillette. 3 for Nico off the mark, and it will stay with RKE after his last out on Alexander. Some offensive possession right now.
Number 2, Bryce Green. Number 4, Lamar Morgan. They replace Alex Masung and Dane Moran.
Bryce Green, Lamar Morgan in the game. Gorman to inbound, who gets it to Gillette. Gillette left open, shot fake, feeds to Bryce Green. Here's Cardacy, open look for 3. Drives in, floats, shot no good, he gets his miss. Here's a 3, it is up and no good for Bryce Green. It's actually Lamar Morgan. Cohen driving, floating, up no, rebound, tipped, ball on the ground, last touched by Hall. It'll go to RKE. Gorman drives, no good but the foul. And he'll shoot 2 at the line.
Yeah, Gorman, you know him he is lightning quick off the dribble, especially a tough test for Colin Cavanaugh on defense. Tough test for any guard in this league, but especially someone you know, like Gorman going up against him. He's so quick off the dribble, and he gets up into a shot motion so quickly. It's just everything about him, you know, everything he does on the floor with the ball in his hands is quick and to the point.
Here's Kavanaugh. Here's a feed, corner, Kavanaugh's got to put it up, he does, and he missed. Ball was loose for a second, it comes away with Gillette, he passes, open look, Lamar Morgan will take it, and he makes it. Oh, that was pure from Lamar Morgan, and it's a 21-9 lead for RKE.
Yeah, a few too many slow rotations for Seaview Jeep on defense. They're letting up a lot of open looks from the outside on kickouts.
As Alexander takes it, they'll get Rosa back in, and a lot of the slow rotations has to do with Kavanaugh being on the floor right now for Seaview as Cardacy drives. Oh, nice move under the basket, couldn't get it to go. Here's Alexander. Mid-range, that high arcing rainbow Russell Wilson-esque shot is good. Cardacy for three off the mark. Here's Alexander. Kicks, Kavanaugh in the corner. Finds Alexander, deep three for Alexander is good. He's had a couple of close ones, all he had to do was step back a little bit. And a 7-0 run for Seaview has cut the lead to 5. Gorman trying to answer, he could not. Rebounded by Ruoff. CJ Ruoff drives in, kicks, Cohen on the drive, couldn't finish. He almost got his miss back, and it was tipped out last touch by Gillette. RKE gets some changes. Emmett Hall will sit. Here's Cohen, mid-range, got it. It's a 9-0 run for Seaview Jeep. Long three, shot no good. Running the break. Rosa slams it and the foul. Unbelievable, a 12-0 run for Seaview Jeep, and they have a chance to tie the game at the free throw line.
That was pretty unreal stuff from Rosa. I mean, he just rose up. It was a good play on the ball. Actually got a hand on it. Also got some of the wrist as well, which is why the foul was called. And the ball still managed to find its way into the basket.
Pretty incredible that he got that to go.
Violation, possession to RKE.
So Rosa misses on the free throw. Here's MP. Drives in. Fake shot is up and good. For Goggin Dollywall. We'd call him MP. We'll take a quick break. Sorry about that. I'm trying to make sure the FCC doesn't come after us. That exchange. Here's Bryce Green. Passes to no one. That's the second errant pass that RKE has had tonight, and Seaview Jeep has it with 1:03 to play in the quarter.
Yeah, they've really rebounded well after getting into a tough deficit early on. It's been a lot of perimeter shot making. Just kind of their shots are starting to fall a lot more.
As Alexander for the lead, couldn't get it, and in a crowd, Green takes it. Here is Gagan Dollywall. Shot is good after the feed to the corner by Lamar Morgan. Here's Ruoff driving in, shot denied by Moran, who's had a couple in this quarter. Man, can he play defense. And you think that, I was wondering how RKE would try to stop Cohen tonight. They've had a pretty good answer for him so far.
Yeah, they're throwing a lot of different looks at him, and a lot of different defenders just kind of throw him off his rhythm.
Cohen in, he has it here, and shot no good with a foul.
Also being really physical with him when he goes up for a shot.
Yeah.
Just trying to get a hand near the ball at any point and kind of, again, throw him off his rhythm. That's kind of the best thing you can do when you have the size disadvantage.
That's the second on Moran, and you mentioned that's probably the last guy right now with Cohen on that floor that you'd want to be in foul trouble, so that's something to just keep an eye on.
Well, especially since, again, besides Moran, not a ton of size in terms of big men. You got Morgan and Gillette who have some good wing size, but, you know, obviously Cohen just kind of towers over everybody here.
Best big man in the JSBL is Cohen. Second one is good, so he hits both at the free throw line. It'll be Kurt Acey taking it up with 24 seconds to play in the quarter. Comes around a screen from Morgan. Morgan tries another triple, and this one high arcing. Hits the back of the rim, no good. Off the rebound. And Seaview can kind of collect themselves and hold for a final shot in the quarter that kind of looked like it was going to be a lot worse. Ruoff comes across. Drives, kicks. Kavanaugh's got to put it up at the end of the buzzer, and he could not. Just missed, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter with Seaview Jeep trailing RKE 26-23. Well, start of the second quarter, that shot no good. The tip-in no good. Rosa has it. He's lost it. And now Morgan comes away with it. He drives. Now Rosa comes away with it. That's some wild play. Kavanaugh drives and finishes on Moran. And if you're Seaview Jeep, the way this game started, you got to take where you are right now.
Yeah, it looked like, as there's an offensive foul on Alex Masung, it looked like it was going to get away from them a couple of different times in the opening minutes of this game. But again, they've made their shots at a high level. They're starting to play through Josh Cohen a lot, and they've got some good contributions from Rosa, Alexander, Ruoff, and Kavanaugh, the main guys kind of around the rest of the court right now. So just kind of got to keep playing to a lot of those contributions and try to get some stops on defense as well.
Here's Ruoff, finds Cohen, and he threw it away. And you're right. I mean, at some point you have to wonder, I thought Justin Robinson was going to be here tonight.
I mean, it looked like it.
It doesn't look like he's going to be here now, but we'll see. I mean, he posted on his Instagram story and everything as Cohen sits. But here's Masung, drive, slipping up one off the glass and in. Alexander to Ruoff, and he hits on a three. And the game, that was a two. They called it a two, so here's a triple up in the corner. Shot no good for Morgan. Rebound is Rosas. He'll take it down the floor, and that time I think he tried to do a little bit too much.
Yeah, the defense started to collapse on there. He had a couple of guys on the wing, and I tried to do a little bit too much in driving to the lane.
There's a shot, and it's up, and it's good for Bryce Green. Here's Kavanaugh, spins, passes. Here's Ruoff, driving inside, flipping one up off the glass and in. Gets it to go.
Yeah, Ruoff leading the JSBL in field goal percentage for the entire season coming into this week. He had a good game last night, and he's gotten off to a great start so far tonight, so only adding to that total. He has just been one of the most efficient guys in the league.
As Moran misses, then he's fouled. I believe that'll go on Hall. And that's the thing about Ruoff that's so different, is that he became a role player, and now he's become one of the stars of this Seaview team. Sorry about that quick time. We're having some technical difficulties here. I mean, here's Alexander, comes across the screen, flips to Hall, to the corner. That one's intercepted by Green. Inside, driving, Masung to finish off the glass. Another kid that he's come down here and played impressive when he had. Played impressive in his minutes. Cohen, Hall, jumper, whoa. And a loose ball foul is going to go on Cohen. So getting a little chippiness going between these two teams. As Alexander's having a conversation with one of the refs. And I kind of get their gripe. I mean, Cohen's been hacked and whacked all night. They really haven't gotten the benefit of the call.
That one was a little bit more obvious, though. You kind of saw him extend the arm on the over the back, especially when you have a size advantage and you extend that arm. They're going to get you more times than not.
Exactly.
But the general point I do agree with, though. It feels like, again, because Cohen has the size advantage, the defense has to kind of overcompensate to try to go after him, and a lot of that results in a lot of physicality.
That one from the corner, no good, and you're right. I mean, as a three for Ruoff, a rare miss from him. Hall trying to get the rebound. They're fighting for it now with Morris, and Masung finally comes away with it. As Masung, the other hand, this kid is incredible. Here's Ruoff. Long triple, up and short. Alexander was trying to throw it off of Gillette. I don't think it would have worked either way, because Alexander was one, out of bounds, and two, he was, the shot clock would have expired. But a valiant effort nonetheless. Kurt Acey backing his way in, and then a foul.
TV foul, charge number 21, Jeremy Rosa. That
long triple, no, from Cardesi. Here's Cohen on the inbound, not the inbound, the feed, and he got it. He got it to go. Here's a triple up for Gorman. He shot fake. Oh, that's a bad foul on Alexander. The shot was already up, and he went into him. Just ran right through him.
Yeah, it's a good job by Gorman, again, using that quick first step. Got his defender in the air on the ball fake. And then was able to get, again, draw the foul and draw on the contact. That's savvy play from Gorman on the perimeter.
TV foul charge number 12, Brandon Alexander, his second team score.
As the first one doesn't go. Tell you what, Gorman's the kind of player that RKE's been missing as he gets the second. So they only gave him the 2-shot foul. No, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, it
confusing.
I was pretty sure his foot was behind the line.
It was clearly behind the line as Gorman has one more. He's 1 of 2.
Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes guys just get thrown off with the 2-shot versus the 3-shot. We saw that last night. Some guys getting thrown off when it was a 3-shot foul and trying to go after the rebound on the second one.
Here's a triple for Kavanaugh. Oh, that would have been a nice shot. It rimmed out. Here's Moran, has it under the baseline after the pass from Masong, and he's hacked. And that'll put Seaview over the bonus. And we have immediate timeout on the floor. We'll be right back after this short break on the JSBL Network. We welcome you back. 39-31 to score. Alexander has it here. Danny Zersky, Alec Krauthamel, and CVG really struggling to score without a primary ball handler as they'll get a fresh 14 after Moran couldn't track down the rebound on the Ruoff miss. But this is the story sometimes with CVU. It's not who's on the roster, it's who's going to show up, and right now they're dealing with the fruits of that. Or maybe the fruit's not the right word, as Ruoff tries and cashes down a 3. They needed that. As Cohen assists him, and it's a 5-point game. Cardesi, long triple to answer, short, and the rebound off of Emmett Hall. And Hall not happy with himself after that.
Yeah, again, having Cohen as the hub of the offense and having, a guy like Ruoff to spray out to for a shot, really good idea and a great execution. And it looks like a 2-3 zone for CVG. We've seen them go to that a few times this season.
Well, part of it, I think, is who they have on the floor right now. They're struggling defensively. That's kind of the way to go. As that one no good, and then Alexander forces a pass. Cardesi with a beautiful feed to Moran, who finishes at the rim. That was just pretty from the steal to the pass to the finish from RKE. 41 to 34. Kavanaugh feeds Cohen inside, spins, bummed, and finally they call it. And the 2 points and one from Cohen.
Yeah, again, nice job on the high screen and roll, and I think CVG needs to kind of go to more of that on the high pick and roll with Cohen, because you get him rolling to the basket, you can get him the ball at any point off the roll, and then he can either make a pass or go up like he just did in the post. So just kind of getting him on the move and getting him the basketball when the defense is kind of scrambling a little bit.
Cohen's got it. Go ahead.
I was going to say, and again, last night, like you were referring to, kind of the lack of the main shot makers and the main shot creators. They had Justin Robinson, George Pappas, and Jesse Steele last night. In addition to Cohen, 3 of those guys aren't here tonight, so they're going to have to try to find something on offense.
Even if you had one of those 3, it's probably a different game, as Cardesi has been hot in this first half. He grabs another 3-pointer.
Yeah, great job of breaking up the 2-3 zone. That's what you got to do. Move the ball through the air. Emphasize the corners in the middle of the floor. They did just that to perfection.
Here's Gorman. Finds Gillette, who flips one up no good. And you're right about that. And that's the thing. If Cardesi's making his threes, RKE becomes a totally different team. Here's another chance. Another 3 for Cardesi is up, and this one no good. The old announcer's jinx. Here's Alexander. Finds Hall to slam. He almost broke the rim. As Evan Hall cuts the lead to 5. Cardesi trying to go through everyone, and they'll say last touch by CVG, but Alexander's beside himself. He can't believe it. RKE takes a timeout. We'll take one with them with 2:31 to play here in this first half. Alex Masong up for 3, no good. Danny Zersky, Alec Krauthamel with you. And CVG trailing by 5. It just feels like maybe they'll have enough in that second, as Ruoff trying to hit on a 3. RKE should probably be up by more. That's kind of my takeaway. I don't know how you feel. Here's Cohen down the lane. Layup is good. And he's cut the lead to 3. And my point being, I mean, RKE is the man advantage. They have more of their starters here than Seaview does, and yet Seaview's hanging with them. As that one's a foul on Gillette.
Well, I think Justin Robinson said it pretty well yesterday when I talked to him after the win last night. He said having a really good big man is everything. Oh, and we have a wedgie. Well, thankfully Gillette's a great athlete, so he can get that out quickly. But I mean, I think having a great big man is kind of everything, because you can play through, especially someone like Cohen, a multifaceted big man, you can play through him.
I think the thing with Cohen especially is that there's not many big men in the league that match up with it. I mean, Moran can, but Moran's a good 2 or 3 inches smaller than Josh Cohen. They're trying this high pick and roll again. They send 2 at Ruoff. Alexander, long pass to Kavanaugh. With 8 to shoot, Kavanaugh. Ruoff finds Alexander. He's got to put a shot up. He does with 3 to go. Shot no good. Ruoff tips the rebound. Cohen comes away with it. Down the lane, Cohen the slam! And he's cut the lead to 1.
Well, I was going to say that was a great defensive possession by RKE. They timed up their double teams really well and forced them to switch the floor and take more time off the clock, but then they couldn't get the rebound. Great tap out on the shot, and an easy 2 for Cohen once again.
And that's really, and I think what made that play happen is the great effort by Cohen, but CJ Ruoff being able to go up and tip that rebound saved the whole possession. Final minute of the first half. Ruoff lost it, and they're going to get a foul. And Lamar cannot believe it. That'll put Ruoff at the free throw line.
RKE foul charge number 12, Peter Gorman. That is his first.
That's number 1 on Gorman.
RKE is now over the limit, which will put CU's number 3.
I thought,
Ruoff at the charity stripe.
talk about the ultimate pros pro, and I think he would win the nice guy award. Josh Cohen goes right up to his coach and right up to Jeremy Rosa on the bench, and high fives both of them as Ruoff ties it with the first free throw. And in a half that saw them down 21-9, it looked like RKE was going to run away with this one. This free throw from Ruoff could give them the lead, their first one of the night, and he's got it. Impressive work by Seaview G, trying to gut out this first half with the lead. Cardesi comes off a screen, step back 3 in the face-up. Cohen in and out, hit the back of the rim, no good. Here's Morgan down the lane, layup is good with 34 seconds to play in this first half. Ruoff graduated to this primary ball handler. He's got 11 to shoot. Good defense by RKE. And Morgan is going crazy. He's fouled as he picks up the foul on Ruoff. He can't believe it, and I don't know.
It's a tough position to be in to make that call if you're the official, because it did look like they kind of got tangled simultaneously. And, you know, Ruoff was also trying to free himself up and initiating the contact, so it is a tough spot to be in.
So Ruoff back to the free throw line, and he hits the first one. Tie this game at 46.
Entering for Seaview, Jeremy Rosa. He replaces Emmett Hall.
Jeremy Rosa comes in for Emmett Hall with 17.1 to play. Assuming you'll get Rosa in for his defense. As Ruoff hits the free throw. They'll get into Morgan. RKE can hold for the final shot with the shot clock turned off, trailing by 1. Morgan drives in on Cohen. Reverse layup is no good. Rebound Masung, he misses. Now Seaview with a chance to hit at the buzzer. Kavanaugh, Rosa. It's actually Alexander who took it, and he finally hit the air conditioning vent. You'd been waiting to see that happen, and he finally did it. And that puts the end to an exciting first half that sees Seaview with everything that could be going wrong for them in front.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did a great job of figuring out their direction on offense, playing through Josh Cohen, and they've really rebounded the ball well on the offensive glass in particular, creating those second and third opportunities. So I think they've generated a lot of good looks, and they've been able to get extra looks as well. I think it's just about shoring up the defense, making sure you're running guys off the three-point line, and again, continuing to let Josh Cohen cook.
Well, an exciting first half here on the Jersey Shore. We'll be back after this short break on the JSBL Network. Start of the second half here in Manasquan High School as Peter Gorman denied by Rosa, and Rosa gave him a little bit of a stare.
Possession remains with RKE.
Dan Yuzerski and Alec Krauthamel with you, and partner, pretty dang good first half for Josh Cohen.
Yeah, I mean,
If you're looking at those stats.
picking up right where he left off. 19 points, 8 rebounds, 8 of 11 shooting. He had 42 and 20 last night on about 60% from the floor. I mean, again, there's just nobody that can kind of match up with him in terms of his ability to handle the ball, his ability to make plays out of the post, and obviously his height and scoring ability when he gets to his spot in the post.
And if you look at it, Seaview's not played a good basketball game so far. Is that one way off in the corner from Cardace? They've turned it over 11 times, and yet they're up by 1. Kind of speaks to how good Josh Cohen is, as Cardace left open on a cherry pick 3, and he's got it. Ties the game at 49. Cardace now at 15. Ruoff with that high pick and roll, drives inside and finishes off the glass.
I will say Ruoff has picked up a lot of the ball handling duties, and I think he's done a great job of making plays and making sure, knowing when to take something for himself and when to kind of spread it out.
And I think the thing with Ruoff is it probably took them 15 minutes of game time to really find who their primary ball handler was going to be tonight, and then they settled on Ruoff, and that's when this offense has really picked up as Cohen finishes with the floater off the glass.
Again, he's just able to turn around and go right up with it off the glass. Great job of just knowing where you are on the floor and having to go up with it with the defense starting to crash down.
Morgan missed. Out of bounds on him, and I'm kind of shocked they didn't get him for a foul.
I think they did.
Yeah, they did.
Correction. It had been a foul. Called on
He's arguing it, but he kind of ran right into Alexander.
teams first.
53-49. Ruoff on Cardace, stops, hands to Cohen. Cohen has a smaller Morgan on him, going to work, floater up and good. Josh Cohen's a machine. And it's a 6-point lead for Seaview. Cardace the other way, couldn't finish Cohen. It'll be Hall who grabs the rebound, and Josh Cohen is unstoppable right now.
Pretty big luxury to go from Chris Brady to Josh Cohen here in the JSBL for Seaview Jeep.
Might even be an upgrade. As here's Cardace floating one up and a slam. Gallant was running the floor, and a beautiful play from Cardace. 55-51.
And that's no slight to Chris Brady either. One of the most dominant rebounders in the league in his prime. That's just how good Josh Cohen is.
I mean, you talk about a guy. I mean, if you just look at based off where he played in college, it's impressive enough as Cohen finishes again. Here's Gallant. Kicks Cardace. Step back 3 in the face of Alexander is good. Cardace's had it going tonight, and it's 57-54.
Yeah, he's really looked confident, especially when it comes to that pull-up jumper, whether it's off the step back or just rising up. His he hasn't been here for a few games, but his 3-ball has definitely not left him.
No, and actually, this is probably the best he's looked since the beginning of last year.
Re-entering for RKE, Bryce Green and Dane Moran.
So Moran will check in. There was a foul on the floor. They will get it on Masung. He'll check out. Morgan will check out with him. So Moran back in. Gallant on Cohen here. What does he decide to do? They send a triple team at him, and Bryce Green picks up the foul. And that's the third foul the quarter, which is 7:04 to play. Alexander to inbound with 7:04 to play. They get it into Cohen. Shot fake on a 3, drives inside, and that one short. Moran might have altered it. Here's Gorman running it the other way for RKE. Kicks Cardace open, look for 3 is up and short. Rebound comes to Gorman, who drives, blocked by Ruoff, but they'll get a foul.
And again, a few too many breakdowns on the rotations, a couple of wide open 3s, an offensive rebound in the middle of the floor. That means that the guys kind of around the perimeter aren't moving and picking up a body fast enough. So Seaview Jeep, I know they only have 6 guys right now available, only 1 guy on the bench, but they just got to shore up some of those issues. And if they keep scoring the ball as well as they have since the beginning of that second quarter, they should be all right. But they just got to shore up some of these defensive breakdowns.
And it's very fixable. I think that if you look at it, for RKE, it's really just keeping an eye on Cardacci. These breakdowns have happened because Cardacci is such a good off-ball mover that, and they've kind of gotten back to that tonight when they were so good they won the #1 seed. That's really where their struggles have come defensively as Alexander fouled. He couldn't quite get that finish, though, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, I think it's also interesting when you look at kind of the makeup of the lineup that RKE has and the things that they can go to. When you have guys like Masung and Morgan who are on the bench right now, they're primarily drivers with the ball in their hands. You could say the same about Gorman, although he can shoot it as well. So you have a shooter or two on the floor, if you count Gorman as one of those, as well as Cardacci. And then you kind of surround them with drivers. It makes them that much more difficult to rotate on because a lot of the guys on the floor are a threat to go straight to the basket, and you got to watch out for a potential kick out.
100%. That one no good from Alexander. And part of the reason why it's probably the best we've seen RK offensively look in a long time as well, because when the thing that makes Cardacci so good is that he's so quick and he can get shots up from anywhere. He's a guy that kind of like a Steph Curry. You need him off the ball. Here's a 2 from him here, and that one no good. Rebound tipped by Miranda Cohen. Kavanaugh will run it here. Very quickly finds Cohen, who what English on that one. He finishes and gets a 2-pointer.
Yeah, the body control, high degree of difficulty as Cardacci was trying to slap down on the ball. Just did a great job of just keeping his balance and just throwing that ball up and putting the spin on it.
Shot no good from Gorman. Here's Kavanaugh. Cohen ran into Alexander. Kavanaugh drives. Mid-range from Hall is good from the foul line. 62-56.
I think an underrated part of the CVG team, Colin Kavanaugh is always the first guy down the floor after a shot. It's a nice one by Gillette, but Colin Kavanaugh, if it's off a rebound, he's always the first guy down there so you can pass ahead to him, and that kickstarts a lot of their possessions. I think that's an underrated part of this team is how quickly they can get into their offense.
Exactly, and Kavanaugh not the most athletic guy, but he's a smart player as Gorman tries from 3, and we have another wedgie.
I've never seen that before off a deflection off the front of the basket like that.
Well, yeah, that one's kind of got me speechless.
I mean, you usually see the ones where it's like, you shoot it up and it just kind of wedges itself right in there, but never it goes off the front of the rim, bounces in the air, and then kind of sticks itself.
That was like the Tyrese Halliburton of wedgies. As this one tipped to Kavanaugh. 2-man game with him and Alexander. He finds him. Alexander will reset. Ruoff, and hopefully the audio didn't pick up what was just said on the court. Here's Cohen. Drives. Puts one up. In and the foul! Josh Cohen is on fire tonight. And he's got one more coming.
Yeah, again, the control and balance that you have to have when there's a guy slapping down at the ball to still keep your control and just loft it up. Again, his touch, really, really high level. He just, it's been even better than he looked like last night. And last night he already looked unstoppable.
It's carried over to tonight. Sometimes you have a game, sometimes you have a week, and right now Cohen's having himself a week.
And it's higher degree of difficulty as well because all the attention is focused on him.
Here's Gillette. Drives in with some dangerous intentions and finishes with the left hand. Kavanaugh around a screen. Cohen up top. Feeds Hall. Kavanaugh, he'll try from 3. Off the mark. Rebound right out to Cohen. Cohen, he'll try from 3 this time, and he's off. Rebound deflected out of bounds. Back to RKE after this media timeout. 66-61 to score here on the JSBL Network. As a 3 goes, sorry about the, again, technical difficulties. The stat guys have been running the stream tonight. They're not doing a very good job of it. Green cuts the lead to 2. Oh, nice pass. Kavanaugh finds Alexander, and he missed from point-blank range. Gillette. Behind the back, Moran swatted out of bounds, and it'll go off of him last. Alec Krauthamel with you, Danny Zurski. Alec Krauthamel with you. I can't think. And a great game, both of these teams. And with 3:51, there's 13:50 to play in this one. What do you think? What thoughts? I obviously can't talk right now, so.
Well, this game's starting to pick up in pace. You see RKE really trying to get down the floor and into their offense in a hurry. And you can say the same here about Seaview Jeep as well on the opposite possession.
Yeah.
But again, I think the message is the same. You still got to try and play through Josh Cohen and just try to get him as many looks as possible. Have him try to play make as well out of the post. Just make life easy for him to get some buckets.
There's one there. Gillette gets one. Here's Ruoff driving in, a finish. What a tough finish by Ruoff in his 69-66. Here's Cardacy to the corner. 3 up for Green, and it's good. We're tied at 69. 69 all. With 2:55 to play here in this third quarter. Here is Ruoff. That high pick and roll coming from Cohen. He drives inside, kicks to the corner. Kavanaugh with it. He'll reset. Cardacy on him. Here's Cohen. Fakes the pass, drives inside, and blocked out of bounds by Moran. Woo! Timeout, Seaview. What a block by Moran. We'll take it to the timeout. Timeout on the floor with 2:39 to play here in this third quarter. Seaview Jeep has it after the timeout. It'll be Kavanaugh to inbound. Long pass to Ruoff. He shot fakes on a 3. Shot fakes on a 2. They get it to Kavanaugh. Corner pull up 3. No. Rebound. Tipped into the hands of Rosa. And then knocked out of bounds. Oh, that one was oh so close to going down, and a nice possession drawn up by Seaview.
Yeah, you got to worry about the inbounder on the inbound. He just kind of leaked out over to the corner and created some space.
Here's Cohen spinning, firing one over Moran's face. Shot no good. Cardacy controls the rebound, pushing the lane. Cardacy for the lead. No. Rebound. No, and Moran offensive foul. Ooh. And luckily for that won't go for free throws, but Moran picks up his 4th, and that's a big development here with 2:17 to play in the third.
Yeah, tough one there is a bunch of guys going straight towards the basket. And for Cardacy, I mean, that finger roll when you're right in front of the basket with the defender breathing down your neck, it's one of the more underrated, hardest shots in basketball because you want to, you know, just kind of lay it up and in without hitting the backboard, but it makes it so much tougher because, you know, you're going at full speed. Sometimes you just overlook it like that. You see it in college and the NBA all the time where you just kind of just barely put a little bit too much on the finger roll, not enough backspin, and just hits off the back iron.
And that's one of the tougher ones because it's like you're moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and then to stop yourself and get enough on a shot to get it to go is very difficult.
Yeah, and you got to worry about the defender chasing you as well. That's why it's always important to go down the floor on defense. You know, you may not get the block, but you can certainly impact the shot.
Some bookkeeping. That call on Moran wasn't an offensive foul. It was a loose ball foul, and Cohen had 2 free throws. He missed the first, but this is turned into a heck of a ball game in the first one. Second one from Cohen. He missed them both. Fight for the rebound, and will be a held ball. And we have a jump ball, excuse me. They jump for it. That one deflected right into the hands of Gagan Dollywall, and then Cardesi finishes after the pass. Here's Alexander, high arcing 3, no. Rebound, Cohen, he drives inside, finishes, and the foul! Josh Cohen, a man on a mission tonight.
Yeah, again, RKE didn't put a body on him. When that ball bounces off a rebound, when it bounces inside the three-point line, that usually means the offense is going to have a better shot at it. And Cohen was just right there up for it. And again, he just attacked the basket right off the board. Nobody picked him up.
He's got 32. Make it 33. And no Justin Robinson so far. No problem for Seaview. They lead by 1. Here's a kick to the corner for Green. Has the taller Cohen on him in the face of Cohen. He left it short, and then the rebound by Dollywall tipped out of bounds. It'll go to Seaview. Cavanaugh will bring it up. Cohen feeds, kick. Alexander with it now, drives, kicking, 3 up for Ruoff is no good. Rebound, last touched by, they're gonna get a foul. No, they're gonna, last touch by RKE. So it'll be Cohen, it'll be Hall to inbound. Alexander feeds Cohen inside. That's too easy. 35 for Cohen tonight.
Yeah, 2 defenders came over to try and prevent the pull-up 3. It just left Cohen wide open, and great awareness by Alexander to get up in the air and find him on an accurate dime.
74-71, Ruoff guarding Cardesi, who missed on a 3. It looked like it went in, but that's the deceitfulness of the rims and the shot and the nets. I don't know what I'm saying. A minute to play in the third. Ruoff with it, 14 to shoot. Cohen fouled away from the basket. They don't call anything. Here he is here, drives, couldn't get it to go. Rebound Cardesi, and here he goes, pushing the pace. Cardesi lost it for a second, gets it back, finds Green, pass out, Galette to tie it. He didn't get it, rebounded by Ruoff in a crowd. Here's Cavanaugh with it. Alexander back to Cavanaugh, he'll try, 3, shooting practice, no. Cohen the rebound, then he lost it. Wild sequence of play. Here's Lamar Morgan. He'll try to tie it with a 3. Shot long. Rebounded by Ruoff. Here's Hall. Drives. Kick to the corner for Cavanaugh. They can hold for the final shot and finally slow it down after a wild sequence. Cavanaugh on the drive. Puts one up. And no. Oh my goodness. That had some nasty English on it, and it takes us to the end of the third quarter, 74-71 after that wild sequence. Start of the fourth quarter. Dan Yuzerski, Alec Krauthamel with you. What a game for both of these teams. And Alec, what do both of these teams have to do to secure a win tonight?
Well, I mean, if you're Seaview Jeep, I think with Cohen getting a little bit of a rest to start this quarter, I think it's got to be, obviously Cohen's going to get his as Masung off the lob, but obviously Cohen's going to get his, but you got to make sure the guys around him, guys like Ruoff and Hall and Alexander and Kavanaugh, got to make sure that they can get some good looks to kind of supplement him, because the focus is obviously going to be on Kavanaugh. And if you're RKE, you obviously got to try to stop that attack, but also doing what Masung is doing right now, get good drives to the basket, kicking out, get good looks. I mean, just try to stay in this game and hope you can get it down to the final possession.
And as you mentioned, on cue, both of them as Ruoff. You might have positively jinxed them. 79-75. Shot no good by Galette. Rosa will, I don't know what Rosa just did, went in a circle. Ruoff again in the face of Masung. Fouled beyond the three-point line, he'll shoot three.
Yeah, it felt like a bit of a risky pull-up three, a bit of a heat check for Ruoff, but good job getting his defender in the air and drawing the foul in the landing spot. Now he's got himself 3 free throws, and he has been really good from the stripe tonight, 4 of 4. Again, just one of those guys that you need on your team where he's not going to command the ball at a high level to create for himself, but if you get him the ball in space, he can make good decisions and make things happen.
And he's a guy, to best quote my Chris Collinsworth, who the more he's played down here, the better he's consistently looked. And he's looking like an impact championship level player right now for Seaview, who's trying to finally get back to that point. First one from CJ is good. And they're not in this game without him tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, his ability, again, to play off of Josh Cohen and be that primary ball handler has been really, really important for their offense, especially without Justin Robinson. I mean, it's something that doesn't happen very often. Justin Robinson is here more often, way more often than not. So without him, kind of got to start to cobble some stuff together. I think CJ Ruoff has been a really, really good complement and replacement.
He's got 2 of 3 from the line. 6-point lead matches the largest for Seaview. Cardacy getting pressed a little bit here by Alexander. I'd like to see Cardacy try to get more off-ball play as Lamar Morgan drives and fouled. So he'll shoot 2. That's really when Cardacy was at his best in that first half. Getting that getting the off-ball action.
Seaview foul charge number 21, Jeremy Rosa. That is his second, team's first. At the line,
Rosa picks up the foul. Another thing to keep in mind as this fourth quarter goes on. At what point do you put Josh Cohen back on the floor?
I think you're letting him get a rest for, a couple minutes. Hope you still stay in the lead, try to steal some minutes without him, and then just kind of put him back in with like 7 or so minutes to play, and then just let him go the rest of the way. You're just trying to make sure he's at his best when he gets back into the game.
As Ruoff missed, and that one last touched by Seaview, so it'll be RKE basketball. 81-77. RKE trying to find a win. Seaview trying to stay in the race. As that one from Cardacy goes. Sean Gallagher up on his feet. He is not happy, and
I think Tyler Schmelz just got a warning from the officials. He was very upset with the fact that call went the other way. He was voicing his displeasure for the entire possession.
I don't blame him, but at the same time, that kind of looked like it was out of bounds on Hall. Here's a 3, Alexander shot it up into the rafters, and it didn't go. Masung, Galette, shot fake on a 3, drives inside, finger roll off the glass. And we're tied at 81. Ball deflected, Cardacy, corner 3 for the lead. Off the mark, no good. Rebound, last touched by Seaview. It'll stay with RKE with 7:34. And Seaview's gonna take a timeout. We'll be back with you after this. Cardesi, 3, up, good, and the foul! As we welcome you back after the timeout. Cardesi from distance is given RKE the lead 84-81, and they have a chance to add one more in a colossal 4-point play.
Yeah, again, you just get him the ball in the inbound, and that's where he's at his best, where he's able to spot up. He's great on the off the ball, on the move. And again, a little bit too much contact there on the leg, brought him down. And again, one of the best shooters in the league is making his mark.
It's an extended 10-0 run for RKE. Here's Cohen, finds Ruoff. RKE's buzzing defensively, and that one last touched by Masung. I thought it was very close to going off of Kavanaugh.
I think Seaview trying to make the extra pass a little bit too much. Again, you can't hate making the extra pass, but I think Alexander probably could have driven that himself.
Here's a pass. Alexander couldn't get it. Here's Gillette, goes behind the back, trying to extend this RKE lead. Gorman in transition finds Cardesi. Turnaround shot for Cardesi, up, no. Rebound Cohen. Oh, but he goes behind the back. RKE really pressuring defensively. They've upped the ante here. Kavanaugh thought about it. Finds Cohen inside. Shot up and no good. Here's Gillette after the defensive rebound. Nico driving in. Shot is no good. Hall cleans it. Here's Kavanaugh, last touched. Who's it last on? And they're going to talk about it. Tyler Schmelz is trying his hardest to keep his composure. I don't know. As Gorman, pull-up three is short. Rebound comes out to Masung. Masung up and good. What a run for RKE. It's a 12-0 run, 87-81.
Yeah, Ruoff tried to go under the screen to prevent the drive, but Masung, you can't let him get to that 10 to 15-foot range because his fall-away mid-range is pretty much automatic at this point.
It's become really good as Ruoff. They need this three badly. He hits it. 87-84. What a night for Ruoff as Gorman couldn't finish, but a foul. Kavanaugh picks up his third. That one is good for Gorman. As Gorman's got the second.
There's an inadvertent shot clock buzzer just as he was about to release the ball.
And that one goes. So 90-84, the score. That one's stolen by Moran. Gillette, the finish, no, but a foul.
Man, how about Moran going airborne to try to steal that ball away? That was a great job of just extending. And you've seen RKE get a lot more aggressive on defense, getting their hand in the passing lane. Their defensive intensity has definitely upped here in this fourth quarter, and it's a huge reason why they have the lead right now. They've been much more aggressive, getting into the passing lane and just kind of trying to make plays happen.
Exactly. And it felt like Seaview might have had control of this one, and RKE's kind of swung it back. Seaview's going to have to dig deep to get a run here. To not waste the amazing performance by Cohen. Shot no good. The free throw wasn't good. The miss was blocked by Hall. Comes out to Cardesi. He'll try. Floating one high. Up, no. Rebound Cohen, and they're going to look to push. Here's Ruoff. I think this is who you have to run this high screen and roll with. Ruoff drives, gets to his right hand, and finishes off the glass. And he fell hard, and he's down. Slow to get up.
Yeah, it looked like on the landing he lost his footing on a wet spot and had a bit of an awkward landing. It looks like he's going to try to walk it off.
Ruoff, a guy I believe he missed a championship game for Seaview a couple years ago because of an injury. If you don't get me, I believe one of the Seaview players, I believe that was him who missed it. I think he tore his ACL. As we have a media on the floor. We'll be right back after this.
As RKE
We welcome you back. Kyle Cardesi hits the first one at the line. Seaview had to pick up a foul, and that's what sent Cardesi to the line. Seaview in the bonus, or in the penalty, excuse me. 92 to 86 with 5:15 to play, and Seaview trying to dig deep and get a win and not waste this Cohen performance.
Yeah, and RKE needs this win as well. They're currently in last place in the standings, so just trying to get something on the board.
Cohen misses on a three, and all right, it's been a tough year for RKE, a team that was the best regular season team in the JSBL 2 years ago. Ball on the ground. Cohen had a piece of it for a second. It stays, now goes to Ruoff, and that one kicked off of Cardesi.
Yeah, and Seaview Jeep trying to stay. They're at 3-3 right now in a tie with ACI Robinson's for third place. This is important to them as well, as everyone, the focus starts to shift in the penultimate week of the regular season. The focus starts to shift towards playoff positioning.
That one doesn't go from Ruoff. He missed at point-blank range. Here's Gorman with it. Masung, the drive and the finish. Alex Masung has been a beast tonight. 18 points for him on a very efficient night. Ruoff with 30, Cohen with 35. The rest of the Seaview team has 21 points combined. Gorman a three, corner. Oh! He heat checked it and made it! Gorman has given RKE an 11-point lead.
And that was his first field goal of the night, too. He was 0 for 8 going into that shot. High degree of difficulty. I think he was trying to draw some contact.
As Cohen on the finish. But what a shot. My goodness. Seaview in need of a stop, and they get one. 97 to 88, and Seaview kind of in the desperation mode. They need to score every time down the floor. 97 to 88 the score. Ruoff steps into a triple, no. Rebound, tracked down. Cohen had it for a second, he went into the stands. Here's Gorman, back-to-back field goals. Seaview takes a timeout. We'll take one with them, 99-88. 99-88 the score. Danny Zerski, Alec Krauthamel with you. Seaview Jeep in need of a miracle. That one deflected, and it'll go out of bounds. Masung tried to save it. He couldn't.
I will say I was surprised how long that ball stayed in bounds. It looked like it was going to go out before it even hit the scorer's table, but it just kind of curved back towards the left and in bounds. But either way, it'll be only 8 to shoot for Seaview on this possession.
And
so
you
they
have to
do
take
have
it
to
in the front court.
Yeah, they do have to make something happen quickly.
Here's Ruoff, drives, gets to his spot, foul line. Jay, no, rebound, still loose. It comes away to Hall. They're gonna let them play. That one denied by Moran. Cardesi, dagger 3, up and good. And RKE is on their way to the first win of the season. Kavanaugh, Ruoff, Alexander a 3. They desperately need it. They couldn't get it. Cohen the rebound, and he's fouled by Moran. That's his 5th, but might be too little, too late.
Yeah, Cardesi has been on his game tonight, and that's where he's at his best again. On the move, in transition, the defender's kind of stepping back. He's just able to rise up and knock down a huge 3 in the corner, creating space.
So Cohen has 2, and for RKE, as bad as this season has been, this one's got to feel pretty good. That one doesn't go. Second game tonight coming up just shortly after game number 1 as Cohen hits the second one. Seaview Stearns trailer and County Line Auto. County Line trying to clinch the number 1 seed. There's a turnover here. Cohen will slam it down after the feed from Kavanaugh. RKE trying to just hold on, and they turn it over again. Maybe timeout RKE. We'll be right back after this short break. We welcome you back. Here's Cohen. They need a 3. Fakes it. Ruoff triple. They need it. They could not get it, an air ball. But Alexander, the right place, right time, cuts the lead to 9. 2 minutes to play here. RKE just needs to take care of it, and they'll find themselves a win. Cardesi. Step back mid-range, and the face of Alexander is pure. Kyle Cardesi has had himself a night.
Yeah, when you're able to hit shots with that step back, it just makes it so dangerous because sometimes it just feels like there's nothing the defense can do when they try to guard you.
Cohen misses. Here's Gillette to finish, and it's a 106-93 ball game. Ruoff, deep triple, short. Rebound Masung. Not enough tonight as Gorman tries a 3. No, rebounded by Hall. They had a push, and they'll have an easy one here as Gorman does get back, but you know, he had no chance against Cohen. It's like watching, that was like watching Altuve and Judge there. Here's a long pass to Gillette. Gillette Step back three, up and pure. As the shot clock expires, a nice little bow on that one. Alexander fires way off, rebounded. Another one for Alexander, up, no, and he's playing pinball with the rim. And RKE can just dribble it out and they'll win their first one of the year. And focus shifts to game 2 with Stearns Trailer and their 3 guys against County Line and their whole army. Final score tonight, 109-95. RKE wins a hard-fought first win of the year and a team effort from them tonight.
Yeah, they really had to grind this game out. It was a great defensive effort in the fourth quarter, and Cardace, that's what he's there for, to make tough shots. He did just that. And RKE wins their second game of the year, and they escape the 8th spot in the league standings.
Well, at least for now, we'll be back with the star of game number 1 after this one, as we'll take a short break here on the JSBL Network.
Alucrad Himmel back here on the JSBO with our star of the game from the first night, or the first leg of our Thursday night doubleheader. Kyle Cardace, 33 points with 6 made threes, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Kyle, you missed the last couple games. You're back here tonight. How did it feel to get back out there and get the win?
Feels great. I missed the past couple games. I'm happy to be out here. All glory to God to get me back out here and playing and being in the win column again.
And this was a game that you guys really had to grind out. Seaview Jeep, Josh Cohen looked unstoppable at times. How are you guys able to really up the intensity on both ends of the floor and come away with the win?
Yeah, Josh is a great player. We had to start making adjustments, and we started doubling him and running, and we started making shots and running on them, and it worked out well.
And when you have guys like Alex Masung and Nico Gillette, guys who can play above the rim and make things happen from the mid-range and at the basket, how much easier does that make your job as a guy who really can space the floor at a high level?
Oh, it makes it a lot easier. I mean, Alex and Nico played great today. They got out in space, they got out on the floor, and their presence was amazing, and it helped us win. It helps me a ton, too. They can get to the basket and opens up the floor for me.
And when you hit those step-back threes, how much of a backbreaker does it feel like, you know, from your point of view against a defender who's in your face, but then you step back and knock down the shot?
Yeah, I guess it takes a little bit out of them when that happens. When you're there and you think that I'm going to miss or something, and I make it. But I mean, I didn't shoot very great today, so I'm not going to give too much credit to myself for that. But yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit out of them.
Absolutely, and you guys notched the second win of the season as the focus starts to shift more towards the postseason in the penultimate week of the regular season. Where do you feel like this team is right now in preparing for a potential playoff run?
I mean, today, this was our first time with this group of guys. We had some new guys that haven't played this year. But I think today we kind of learned to mesh with each other, and we got to continue to grow on that. And hopefully we can continue to grow on that going into next week and build on it and get another win.
Kyle, a great game tonight. One of the top shot makers in the JSBL. What has this last year been like for you for basketball, and where are you headed this next year?
This year it was good. It was great. I was in Portugal and Bosnia. Played well in both of them. Glory God for that, and being able to be out there and have the chance to play professional basketball. For next year, I don't know yet. Still waiting on that, but staying prepared, and whatever God brings me, I'm excited and I'm ready.
Took a great first step in preparing for that tonight. 33 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists as RKE Athletic gets back in the win column. Kyle Cardesi, our star of the game. Thanks for the time tonight, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.